Hey, I'm Andy and today I'll showcase my budget Abyssian deck. I'll go through each card choice and give you the spirit cost at the end. If you haven't seen the thumbnail, then the thumbnail will also give a range of the spirit cost. I will also leave a Duelyst DB link as well as a link to a video of me playing this deck in the description below. Also, this deck will cost a little bit more spirit than the other budget decks I have. Now for this Abyssian deck, I will be using Lilithe Blightchaser as my general. The goal of this deck is to get as much low health creatures out in the field and then sacrifice them to Death Watchers. I put in one Void Pulse in case you needed a quick heal or to kill off the general if they only have 2 health. Demonic Lure is in because it is a great temporary removal of threat and it allows you to clear a path to their general. Gloom Chaser is in because it's a great card with its opening gamut of summoning a Wraithling. You get 2 minions for the cost of 2. Jaxi is in because it dies pretty easily to add to the Death Watch, and you get a ranged attacker when it dies. Primus Fist is in because of the opening gambit. Sometimes all you need is 2 more attack to kill a minion, and this will give the minion enough of a boost to do so. HOUND is in because of the card draw. It gives the opponent a card as well, so you have to be careful of when to use it. I put in one Prismatic Illusionist in because the deck has a decent amount of spells, and having this out will create more minions for you as you cast spells. Repulsor Beast is in because of the great temporary removal. Ritual Banishing is in because it just kills whatever the enemy you can target at the sacrifice of one of your own minions, which would most likely be a Wraithling or a SARLAC. SABERSPINE Tiger is in because of the rush ability, and it does great damage immediately. You could use it and sacrifice itself, killing a nearby minion for more Deathwatch stacks if you have minions with Deathwatch out. I put in 2 SARLAC the Eternal in, just because I got an additional one from packs, but one is at the very least preferred. It's a 3 cost 1/1 and its dying wish is just to resummon it on a random space. This card is amazing in this deck. If you use a spell like Ritual Banishing, you don't really lose the SARLAC, but you get 2 Deathwatch triggers. I put in Shadow Reflection in because it's a great game ender. If you have 2 in your hand, have 6 cores, and the enemy is at least at 10 health or lower, then that is basically game over for them. Shadow Watcher is in because of Deathwatch ability. I wouldn't play him until you can at least get 2 Deathwatch triggers, or else it might easily die. Wraithling Swarm is great because it summons 3 Wraithlings for 3. If you start second, you can easily take 2 Mana Springs with this card to cast another 2 cost card like a Jaxi. PRIMUS Shieldmaster is in if you want to stall due to provoke. If you are setting up a combo of sorts and don't want certain things to hit you, then this is a decent card to use. I added in 1 RITE of the Undervault because of the card draw. I normally don't use it until late game when I have no cards in hand. Otherwise I would just replace it in my deck during the game because there is no need for me to use it early on when I still have plenty of cards in my hand. SHADOWDANCER is another Deathwatch minion, and a great one at that. You can just summon it at a safe distance and watch it work while you kill minions. It damages the enemy and it heals you if you ever need healing. Now there is at least one downside to this deck, and that is that it has no Dispel. The way I would get rid of threats using this deck would be to just teleport them away or to directly kill them using spells or minions. Since this deck is not set in stone, you can probably replace the SARLACs with Ephemeral Shrouds to save spirit and to get some Dispels. Now for the cost. With the 2 legendary cards listed, the total cost will be a whopping 3,110 spirit to make from scratch. However, if you replace them with 0 spirit cost cards like Soul Shatter Pack or Dark Transformation, then it drops down to 1,310. 600 spirit from the rares, 360 from the commons, and 350 from the epic. It would cost 80 spirit more if you instead use 2 Ephemeral Shrouds instead of 0 cost cards. I would recommend at least 1 SARLAC though if you can afford it, since it just goes so well with this deck. Well, that is my budget Abyssian deck. What cards would you switch out and why? Let me know in the comments below. Feel free to subscribe to this channel to see more deck overviews in the future, as well as Duelyst matches from the livestream I do, and other non-Duelyst related content. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.